What's up, guys? I'm currently outside of my house. I just wanted to do a quick video. This is on the Galaxy S4, so bear in mind with me, but I just wanted to do this quick video on how to gain 1,000 followers on Instagram in under 3 months. So I'll give you guys my backstory. So essentially the way I had an account, I have the account. It's called Ibras Visions, so Ibras, IBRAS .visions. I'll put that down below. So basically, I started that Instagram account last year, and I heavily invested in it in December. And you know, I was going through it. I was following about 300 people, and I had about 250 followers on it, and it was just my friends. So basically what I did, because I started going to photography, I went to photography school. What I did was I decided to use it as my photography platform. And within 2 months, I hit my first 1K followers. I'm currently at 3,000 followers. So yeah, I just wanted to do this quick video because a lot of people have asked me, oh, how did you do it? How did you make it happen? So Instagram is a platform that is constantly filled with different content. There's constantly content coming in on Instagram. So you have to be consistent with it. You can upload one time a day, but that piece of content will be there and it'll go down. It's like to have a YouTube video, it is, you know, it's there, but you're heavily investing into that video. With a Instagram content, even if it's a minute-long video, it's there. People will see it, they'll appreciate it, but they will go on to the next one. So it's very, very, very quick. Which is why the first tip I honestly recommend. Actually, I'll go back to that one. The first thing I recommend is figure out why you want to do Instagram. Why? Because everybody, having followers is nice, having an audience is nice, but why do you want the followers? Why is it? What's your intention behind it? Do you just want followers just for the numbers? Do you want followers so that you can, you know, build you up to become an influencer? Do you want followers so that you can impact the world? Do you want followers so that you can provide amazing value? Now, another thing about Instagram is, like I said, value. What kind of value are you gonna add to your audience on Instagram? So for me, it was my photography. So what I did what really differentiated myself with other people was I took pictures of Vancouver, but it was also the inside of Vancouver. A lot of people like to take the cityscapes, the skyscrapers and stuff like that. But I decided to take, you know, the streets of Vancouver. So I'd get. Someone actually mentioned that, like, I have like the 2 different intersects of the streets. So that was my thing. Also, another thing with Instagram is having a good name. Having a good name is probably the key, because if people see your name and they're like, what kind of name is this? If it's just your, like, you know, then they won't be intrigued into it. You could have your own name. Your own name is not a big deal. For me, my name, I experimented with different names, but the name that really kicked off for me was The Van City Photographer. How did I get the name? I don't know. I was just trying to figure out names for about a couple weeks, and The Van City Photographer was the best name for me. Also, another thing to remember with Instagram is having a good profile picture is also good. So what do you want to portray in your photos or in your videos on Instagram? Because that's the first impression. You want to be able to find a way for people to click on your account. If you don't have an engaging name or you don't have an engaging profile, if you have a good name, if you have your own name, but you don't have but it's just your name, have an engaging profile picture, because people click those two, right? So you want to make sure that you have both of those things. Another thing about Instagram, I'm just making this nice and raw so that, you know, there's nothing hidden between it. It's just all in my head. Another thing about Instagram is focus on numbers, but also focus on providing good content. You don't just want to upload just for the sake of uploading, right? You want to upload things that are meaningful to you. So for me, I was really heavily invested into my photography, and I was going to school for it. So every day I was practicing, doing this and that. So I would upload because that's basically my progress. So if you go down to my, I guess you could say January, my photos are a lot more different than they were now, right? It's just the evolution. For me, the kind of content that I wanted to provide was, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure myself out. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, but I will make it. I will improve every single photo. So every photo will be different. Now, another thing about Instagram is, let's see what else I have to provide. Now, another thing about Instagram is networking. So when you're on Instagram is a very different platform to all the other platforms, because Instagram is like Facebook, except it has a following and follower system. So Instagram, you can still build something out of it, but it's like Facebook with followers. So YouTube's different, because YouTube, it doesn't matter how many people you follow on YouTube, people won't see that. People look at how many subscribers you have. On Instagram, you have a ratio. So going back to that, networking. Make sure that you interact with the community. If you're following someone, comment on their thing. Don't just say, don't go out and say, nice pic. If you say that, that's very generic. People won't see it. It won't stand out. Instagram has an algorithm. They'll see like who's actually legit, because there are people who used back then, I don't know, apparently it's not there anymore, Instagress. People would use that, and then they would spam those comments into other people's things that were apparently similar. That's another thing. Don't use those things. Don't buy followers. Don't buy likes. Don't do that kind of thing. Instagram is an algorithm thing. So if you want to be able to grow it naturally, follow the rules. Don't break the rules, because if you do that, you're gonna gain 1,000 followers, but odds are your followers are not even gonna be followers. They're just gonna be there. They're just gonna be fake people. And numbers are nice, but if you're trying to get followers because you actually want to do something and you don't just want numbers, because numbers is numbers. Like I can buy 5,000 followers right now, but if I just buy them and they're fake people, what's gonna happen? Like the reason why you want followers on Instagram, so that you can put yourself out there, you can build a brand, you can do all this stuff. But yeah, that's going back to networking. Meet a lot of people, send DMs. Don't be afraid to send out DMs to people with 10k followers, 50k followers, 100k followers. You just never know who will answer. You never know who you'll meet. Through Instagram, I've been able to meet some of the top photographers on Instagram in Vancouver, because that is where I reside. And even through that, I've been able to connect with people from all over the world. Some of the most amazing people in the world that I've just been able to connect with. And as I keep going with it, people just send me DMs, and I'm someone who answers my DMs. That's another thing. Do your best to answer DMs, because you just never know who you'll meet. I've been able to, like I said, I really started heavily investing in this in December. And although right now I'm not as much invested into it, I have the platform now. It's a good setting. It's there. I have it. It's in the grabs. I don't have to worry about now my follow ratio, because now it's sort of established to a point where I can upload. I don't need to use hashtags, which I'm going to come back to, hashtags, and I will still have the amount of likes that that I would assume that I could have. But yeah, so basically hashtags. Strategize with your hashtags. Come up with creative hashtags. When you're starting off, you want at least 100k to 500k posts in there. That way you can be seen, but also if you get a post that goes viral, it'll be on the Explore, but also on the top of that hashtag. So if you're a photographer, you probably want to find hashtags around photography and around the city that you're in, and also want to find worldwide hashtags. Now, if you're a photographer or video person, try to get featured on different channels. Features won't, as much as features are great, features won't get you they won't help you, it won't gain you followers like crazy. So say a account with 50k followers shares one of your photos, it's not like you're gonna gain 1,000 followers at once. However, that will get you exposure, because the thing about Instagram is people see your name. Like that's why I say comment on every person that you follow. Comment on their photos, and genuine comments. That way people will see you. I had people when I first starting off, people knew me, not because they followed me, not because of this, but they knew me because I commented on one of my friends, or someone I connected with. I commented on their thing, they saw my name, they searched it, they probably saw my face, they see me, they're like, I know you. But yeah, Instagram it's a fun platform to use. One other thing I will say is a little bit of disclaimer. Instagram followers, having 1,000 followers on Instagram does not translate to 1,000 sales, or it doesn't translate to 100 sales on Instagram. Instagram's a platform for artists, so it's where to express yourself. It's not. YouTube is very different. YouTube, it's like, we have this connection. You'd be watching this whole video. Instagram, it's like you upload a picture, people will be like, they'll look at the picture, a nice pic, on to the next one. So remember that. If you're trying to go on Instagram and you want 1,000 followers, and you feel like after 1,000 followers you're gonna start getting famous, you're gonna start getting all these different deals, you're gonna start getting these brand endorsements. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way. If that's the case, then I would probably aim for something higher than that. Yeah, but Instagram is all about having fun. Have fun with it. Be patient. Don't stress. Don't rush it. A lot of people, they get stressed out because they don't have the followers that they would anticipate. Have fun with it. Interact with the community. That's the main thing, honestly, with Instagram. Interact with the community. Like, have fun with it, but be a part of the community. Be a part of Instagram. Instagram reads that kind of stuff. Instagram, it's an algorithm. If they see that you are interacting, you're talking to people, you're actually being real, they'll be like, okay, this person's legit. They'll put you on the Explorer. You're there. Even if people don't follow you on Instagram, they will see you through Explorer, and they will know who you are through Explorer. Like, I know that for a fact, because when I'm on Explorer, sometimes I'll see someone numerous times just there, right? So yeah, growing your first 1,000 followers on Instagram is probably one of the toughest things to do on Instagram. But I'll tell you this, once you've grown to 1,000 followers, it's a blessing. It's really cool. It's something that's good. It's a great achievement. Growing your 1,000 first, I've talked to a lot of people a lot of people with over 10k followers, and they've all said the same thing. But yeah, if you have any other questions on Instagram, please let me know. I'm going to be doing a little bit more of these kind of videos where I just explain how to, figure these things out, because it's not easy. It's not something that just happens in a day. It takes a while. For me, I was fortunate to be able to gain 1,000 followers in 2 months naturally. I've had a lot of, it was stressful. I invested a lot of time into Instagram, which is also why I decided to get it. But be patient with it. If you don't get followers in the 2 months, it'll come. Your work speaks for itself. Make sure that you provide good value, good content. Make sure that you don't compete with others on Instagram. Find your own self and then make it better. Compete with yourself. Peace, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.